There was such a bigger platform of people. I think people, when they don't understand something, they attack it. So I got picked apart in a way that I have never been before.
You make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. Let's run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back.
I get your heart racing, your skin-tight jeans, be a teenage dream tonight.
I'm just excited to be with my bestie, loving you and loving you, loving you. I love you guys.
Did Justin ever ask his ex to help put an end to the harassment her fans put you through?
I do not stand for women tearing women down. Please, for me, know that that's not my heart.
She doesn't owe me anything. I respect her a lot. If that was something that she felt was necessary, then that would be amazing.
I don't like seeing people be disrespectful or rude to other people, so please don't do that.
There's a very long history there, and it's not my relationship. It has nothing to do with me, so I respect that a lot.
My first tattoo, I was 16.
And what was it?
And it was a little bird like this small that's now covered up by a giant tattoo here. Like, so my whole stomach is tattooed.
Oh my God.
All right, guys, you're crazy. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Justin Bieber, and I will be the host and musical guest this week on SNL.
I'm not feeling very well.
Are you good?
Well, I think I got Bieber fever.
Hi, I'm RuPaul, and I'm hosting SNL with Justin Bieber.
You look a lot different than I expected.
Just because I'm not in drag, baby, I contain multitudes.
I don't know, I just mean tall.
And,
Well, and gorgeous.
The internet doesn't lose its mind over nothing. And right now, it's spiraling over a single moment involving Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber, and their baby, Jack Blues. What happened overseas lit a fuse that turned into one of the loudest pop culture debates of the year. Not because of music, not because of fashion, but because one boundary was crossed. And people can't agree on whether it ever should have existed in the first place. Justin and Hailey recently traveled to Tokyo with their son. It should have been a quiet family trip. Instead, it turned into chaos when photos of Jack's face leaked online and spread faster than anyone could control. Within hours, the images were everywhere. Fan pages, gossip accounts, comment sections exploding. And suddenly, everyone had an opinion. What made this moment different wasn't just the photos themselves. It was the fact that Justin and Hailey had been crystal clear from the beginning. Since Jack's birth, they made a conscious decision to keep his face private. No social media reveals, no soft launches, no blurred photos that accidentally showed too much. They drew a line early and stuck to it. Until the internet decided that line didn't matter. Almost immediately, the culture split in half. One side argued that the Biebers' wishes should be respected, no questions asked. Parents set a boundary, and that boundary exists for a reason. But the other side came in loud and unapologetic, saying something very different. Justin and Hailey are celebrities. They chose fame. And according to that logic, privacy stops where celebrity begins, even when it comes to their child. That argument sounds simple on the surface, but it gets uncomfortable fast. Yes, fame comes with attention. Cameras, headlines, speculation, all part of the deal. Most celebrities understand that when they sign on. But here's where the logic cracks. Justin chose fame. Hailey chose fame. Their baby didn't choose anything. A child doesn't consent to being born into the spotlight. A child doesn't agree to paparazzi lenses or viral posts. And when people argue that celebrity kids should just accept it, what they're really saying is that some children deserve less protection than others based on who their parents are. That's not accountability, that's punishment. We've seen this story play out before, and it never ends well. In the early 2000s, Britney Spears was surrounded by paparazzi while carrying her baby. Flashing cameras, no space to move. She nearly tripped because she literally couldn't see. The situation became dangerous in seconds. And instead of calling out the photographers who caused it, the media blamed Britney. She was torn apart publicly while visibly shaken, crying, and still being filmed. That wasn't journalism. That was harassment disguised as entertainment. Moments like that are why this conversation matters, because constant exposure doesn't just invade privacy, it creates risk. And today, the danger doesn't stop with physical cameras. It follows kids online, permanently. Celebrity children grow up under a microscope most adults couldn't survive. Blue Ivy has been criticized since she was old enough to walk. Northwest and other Kardashian kids have had their appearances picked apart by strangers who feel entitled to comment. These kids haven't released albums. They haven't walked red carpets by choice. And yet, they're treated like public property. The internet is not a safe place for children. That's not an exaggeration. It's reality. There are predators. There's harassment. There's relentless bullying. And once a child's image is out there, parents lose control over where it goes, who saves it, or how it's used. That's not paranoia. That's how the internet works. So when parents like Justin and Hailey try to shield their child from that environment, it isn't about secrecy or control, it's about time. Buying their kid a chance to grow up without millions of strangers forming opinions before he can even talk. But here's where the situation gets even uglier. A lot of people sharing those photos weren't doing it out of curiosity. They were doing it out of resentment, dislike for Justin, criticism of Hailey, old fandom grudges. And instead of directing that energy at the adults they claim to dislike, they aimed it at a baby. That's the part no one wants to admit. This wasn't neutral behavior. It was personal. The baby became a pawn in a culture war that had nothing to do with him. And using a child as a tool to get back at celebrities you don't like shows a level of entitlement that should make anyone uncomfortable. Some people tried to justify it by saying they cover pop culture, so sharing the photos is just part of the job. But covering celebrity news doesn't require violating explicit boundaries involving children. Having principles isn't favoritism, it's restraint. You can talk about a situation without amplifying harm. There's also a side of this story the public never fully sees. Celebrity security isn't theoretical, it's constant. There are real threats, real stalkers, real people who cross lines every day. Entire teams exist just to monitor online activity for warning signs, threats, fixation, dangerous language. And when parents choose not to show their child's face, it may be because they know things the public never will. And here's the thing, they don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't need to know the threats to respect the boundary. You don't need proof of danger to choose caution. Protecting a child shouldn't require justification. What makes this moment so revealing is the precedent it sets. If society decides celebrity children don't deserve privacy, what are we really saying? That fame cancels childhood? That some kids are fair game for public consumption? That their safety matters less? Imagine seeing a lost child in a mall. You wouldn't stop to ask who their parents voted for or whether you like them. You'd help because it's the right thing to do. The same logic applies here. Protection shouldn't be conditional. What Justin and Hailey are asking for isn't special treatment. It's not celebrity privilege. It's the same basic respect any parent would want for their child. Don't share photos that were clearly meant to stay private. Don't repost images that parents have deliberately kept offline. And most importantly, don't turn a baby into content just because you feel entitled to access. Fame doesn't erase boundaries, and it doesn't give strangers ownership over someone else's child. A lot of people pushing back on this are saying the reaction is overblown, dramatic, or unnecessary. But that response ignores one crucial truth. You don't know the full story. You don't know what threats these parents may have received. You don't know the security concerns they deal with daily. You don't know what fears follow them when they travel, when they leave their home, or when they think about their child's future. And you don't need to know any of that. Parents shouldn't have to disclose their worst fears just to have their boundaries respected. All you need to know is that a clear line was drawn and that line was crossed. This situation isn't really about Justin or Hailey at all. It's about a much bigger cultural issue. We've become so accustomed to constant access that we forget where humanity should step in. Social media has trained people to believe that if something exists, it's meant to be consumed. If it can be shared, it should be shared. And if it goes viral, that somehow makes it fair game. But that mindset collapses the moment children are involved. Kids aren't public property, they aren't extensions of a brand, they aren't collateral in celebrity discourse. The truth is, social media blurred the line between access and responsibility a long time ago. We follow celebrities so closely that we start to believe we're entitled to every part of their lives: what they eat, where they go, who they love, and what their kids look like. And when access is denied, some people react with anger instead of reflection. But children are the ones who pay the price for that entitlement. They're the ones exposed to attention they can't understand, control, or escape. The ask here is incredibly simple. If you see the photos, don't share them. If someone else posts them, scroll past or report the post. That's it. You're not being asked to defend Justin Bieber's career. You're not being asked to like Hailey Bieber. You're not being asked to pick a side in a fandom war. You're being asked to protect a child who can't advocate for himself. Because behind every celebrity headline is a real family dealing with pressures most people will never experience. And behind this specific story is a baby who deserves exactly what every child deserves: safety, privacy, and the chance to grow up before the world decides who he is. Respecting that shouldn't be controversial, it should be automatic. So maybe the real question isn't whether celebrities deserve privacy, maybe it's whether we've forgotten when to stop. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation actually matters. And if you made it this far, thanks for listening, not just watching.